Next Gen!
Hello!
My name's JJ.
I'm Sophie.
Welcome to the Late Late Show.
Roll the titles!
Brilliant, brilliant. Welcome, Next Gen. Welcome to the Late Late Show. Happy Mother's Day.
Ooh.
Sophie, how's that been?
It's been amazing. Yeah, it's my first Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yeah,
It's been amazing.
Come on. Has Liberty been bringing you breakfast in bed, you know, doing all these
I've
things?
not trained
Picking
her
flowers
just
in the
yet.
fields?
She did wheel all over me this morning. Wow. So I don't know what message
The
that
gift that keeps on giving. And I'm
yeah.
sure your mothers have had a great week because you've been at school sticking swabs up your noses and they've been at home chilling, not homeschooling you, which I'm sure is a big win.
Yeah,
We've got a great evening up planned for you guys. We've got lots of games, including a head-to-head versus me and Sophie. We've got top tips to get you through the last legs of lockdown.
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be good. We've got Sam Mead bringing the word of God.
Woo! Sammy!
And we've also got, out of that, a sofa spill Q&A. So you need to get your questions in on the chat or to DM the Next Gen Instagram directly.
But before all that, we're going to worship together.
Yeah,
you might not recognise one of the faces on there. Her name's Fifi.
Yeah.
She's a friend of Next Gen.
She
smashes it. So make sure you stand up wherever you are. Let's worship together. Let's do this.
Hey, Next Gen, when you stand up in your home, get ready to sing with us. We're going to have a good time.
Your love is breathing out into my life. You take the burden and you make it right. Bringing the sound of the breaking night. I choose to follow you all my life. I know that you're always by my side. You're by my side. And anything we do, we choose to say. No matter what they say, we go your way. Dancing to your beat, we can't contain. We're letting heaven loose as we celebrate. This is how we want. Lifting up the name of Jesus. Every moment makes me want it. Makes me want it. Breaking open every time of life. Your love is breathing out into my life. You take the burden and you make it right. You make it right. Bringing the sound of the changing night. I choose to follow you all my life. I know that you're always by my side. You're by my side. In everything we do, we choose to praise. No matter what they say, we will go your way. Dancing to your beat, we can't contain. We're letting heaven loose as we celebrate. This is how we are. Lifting up the name of Jesus. Every moment makes me want it. Makes me want it.
All right, Next Gen. You need to commit to this moment, all right, in your homes. Stand up with us and we're going to belt. Okay? You're going to have to commit. Okay? Don't worry about being loud.
This is how we party.
Come on, come on.
We define the party.
to you for the rest of the evening. Okay, we
Okay.
go da 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 da. Top tips. Okay, so we're going to all
tips.
together. Ready?
You will
3,
get it.
2, 1. Da 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 da. Top tips.
Let's roll our first one. Let's go.
Is that lockdown life been getting you down? Are you feeling trapped, alone, isolated, and alone? Dreaming of summer barbecues, pool parties. Even the pools are lying empty, and you're trapped, alone, isolated, and alone. No more pool parties splashing with your mates and your mom. No more pool parties with your neighbors and that one kid who nobody really knows, but he's there. No more pool parties at your Uncle Dave's. Nice digs, Uncle Dave. Because you're feeling trapped, alone, isolated, and alone. You can't even go and get a hot tub from B&M or Home Bargains because they're sold out. You're still trapped, alone, isolated, and alone. Well, Next Gen has got you covered. Introducing your very own homemade, that's right, you guessed it. It's your homemade hot tub. Yeah, all right. Everybody cool is doing it. Spoiler, you might even need to pre-book. It will quickly become the new talk of the town. You snooze, you lose. Your homemade hot tub awaits.
Wow.
I don't know
Wow.
what that was.
You're welcome.
Disturbing. I don't know what it was. I don't know how to feel
Yeah,
about
so there's
them.
a lot of emotions that are kind of trying to mix
Yeah.
together, but they're not quite
I
doing
like
that yet.
Beth's. I could definitely do a stay-at-home theme park. That is way more.
I mean, you seem to be enjoying Jake's as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, so good, so good. We're going to head to our game now. So this is where we need you guys to get involved. There is no prize for the winner except you guys knowing you have won.
You do know.
I mean, what better prize
You're-
is there
You're welcome.
than self-knowledge of your winning? It's an emoji movie game, so some emojis are going to appear on the screen. You're going to write in the comments about what movie you think it is. We're going to roll through all the ones we've got, and then we're going to go through the answers, and you can score yourselves at home. Well,
Brilliant.
this is going to be amazing.
Brilliant.
So if we pop up the first emoji movie, what do we think this is? I like this. Have you got any guesses
I mean,
there, JJ?
I could guess something to do with
Go on, do the accent. Go on.
ogres have layers.
Ooh, okay. Okay, next one. Let's see what the next one is.
Oh,
Ooh, I don't
I'll
actually
be honest,
think
I'm
I
not
know
sure.
this
Wait,
one.
let's have a look.
This is a thinker.
Monsters Inc.
It's a
Brilliant.
definite thinker. There's a bear, a monkey, a man, a tree, and a book.
I can name.
Oh,
I
okay,
can't
I think
name-
I just said it,
You-
haven't I?
Have you figured?
Anyway, next one.
Next one, moving on.
There's an
Oh,
umbrella.
okay. I like this one.
I know this one.
Yes.
So I don't want to give this away.
No, we'll let you guys.
Yeah,
We'll let you guys
what do
claim
you
the credit
guys
for this
think?
one.
Yeah.
Nanny Mc, the person you need is
Cheat,
Nanny McPhee.
cheat. Right, next one. Next movie. I feel like this one's a bit too simple. Bit too simple.
I'll be honest. I'm slow. I'm not seeing it yet.
Okay,
Brilliant.
Minecraft,
yes,
that
Minecraft.
famous movie.
Absolutely.
Okay, next
Yes.
movie.
Oh.
Okay, I don't get this one. I thought Yogi at first because Yogi
Yeah,
eats
that's true.
sandwiches.
Oh no, I just
City.
clocked it.
Bear,
I just clocked
bear,
it.
sandwich.
Yeah, come on,
city.
come
bear
on.
in the city.
No.
Bear. No, I've
We'll let you guys figure
anyway,
that one out.
next one. Next one. We've got a dragon man train.
Okay, I think I could guess. I don't know if I'm right.
Okay, go on. Guess. I think
Well,
we're safe enough.
if I guessed, this is just a guess, maybe Harry Potter? But I don't know.
Okay. What one's got a dragon in it?
All
to
of
be
them.
fair, yeah, okay. I stand corrected. Okay, next one. Oh, I do know this one. I do.
Oh, yeah, this is
Love
a good
me a
one.
bit of Hugh.
Yeah, cheeky
Bit of
slice of
Hugh.
Hugh in the morning.
Bit of Hugh in the
Nice.
Anyway,
Moving
next one. Don't know where that came from.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the infinity emoji, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a cowboy. A space cowboy.
Space cowboy.
No clue for me.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Sorry,
you.
guys. Sorry. for
Oh,
people at
wait.
home.
No, maybe I know.
Okay.
Maybe
okay.
I know. We'll see.
Right, next one. Okay, that's easy.
Okay. If you get this wrong, you...
I think my 3-month-old daughter might get this one. Bit simple. Don't want to say who put together the quiz, but this one's a little bit too simple, like the person. Next one.
right.
Is there a next one? Oh, okay.
Oh,
This one is a hard one.
yeah.
I know what it is.
You do?
Yeah. It's the Christmas tree that helped me. And the clock. And the answers. No, but I only know some of the answers.
Okay.
Next
Sounds
one.
just exposed that
The
Sophie's had
last
access
one.
to
This
the
is
answers.
the last one. And I
Okay.
definitely know this.
Oh, yeah, that old film. Raccoon, Sky,
Music.
earphones, pistol.
Come on. Easy.
Is
Easy.
it?
Okay, so make sure you're writing in the chat what you think it is. Write down your answers. We're going to go straight through the answers
Straight
now.
through the answers.
So number
In a
one.
pound period. Come on.
Number one was Shrek.
Shrek.
Was it the accent that gave it away?
I think it would be worrying if you didn't get that one.
Yeah, a little bit worrying.
Actually, there is someone in my year who's my age who hasn't seen Shrek, which is a bit of a
that's
travesty.
scary,
but
yeah. Not exposed. Okay,
Unacceptable.
number two. Kind of gave this one away with a little book emoji
Oh,
at the
no,
end.
I didn't get this one.
No?
No, I didn't.
That is the Jungle Book.
You're right.
Tick for you if you got that right. Jungle Book.
That's a big one, that.
Next one, it wasn't Nanny McPhee.
No, it wasn't.
It was Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. Very nice.
Very good accent there.
Thank you very much.
Cockney. I can't do accents. I'm not even going to go. The next one, possibly the
Oh,
easiest one out
I
there.
didn't get this one, and now that I've just read the answer, it seems
Answer.
painfully
Star
obvious.
Wars. Star Wars. Well done to those of you at home who can Star Wars it.
Yeah.
Well done. Next one. Oh, I've just seen the answer. I totally
Yeah,
get that
Paddington.
now. Paddington.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I know.
That's...
I've never seen the Goonies. I've never seen
Okay.
all these I've never seen I've never seen Back
Cyberbullying
to
is
the
not
Future.
okay,
I've
but
never seen-
roasting Sophie in the chat right now is fully acceptable.
I've never seen Star Wars. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Star Wars?
I know.
You got that and I didn't.
I know because I can read
Wow.
emojis, JJ.
Well, yeah, okay.
Star gave it
Okay,
away.
let's move on.
Next one. Oh, okay.
Was I right or wrong?
The train here. How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, that was a thinker.
That's a bit more obscure, yeah. No,
Bit
that's
more
a
of an
good
obscure one.
I like
for
that.
all you thinkers out there.
was dead
All
wrong.
you riddle lovers. That was one for you.
Yeah.
Next one.
Brilliant.
Oh, can you sing a little bit from this,
Let's,
JJ?
you know, my voice hasn't really been warmed up, and
shame,
I just,
shame.
you know,
This is the one, the only, the Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman.
This is
What
me.
a film.
This is me.
Overrated, question mark?
No. What?
Just a little bit?
Boo,
Maybe a little bit?
No.
Okay, I'm
boo.
sorry. Okay, you can hate me in
Bearded
the chat now.
Lady, basically Richard Garton. How could we not love that movie
For
anymore?
the culture, we
just
have
for
to
that?
love it, yeah. Okay.
Next movie.
I thought Interstellar, but I wasn't sure.
No, this is, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
What is it?
No, it's Toy Story. I don't get it. Yeah, we're all
What?
saying what? It's to infinity and beyond.
Oh.
Can
okay, I
we
kind
boo
of
the
see it now.
Quizmaster, Sam Mead? Boo.
No, I was just completely
It
wrong.
was amazing. Such a good quiz. Next
little
one.
plug
next
for Sam's
one.
quizzes there.
The easiest
Nice.
one of the night.
Yeah. We're not. You know
Well-
what? We're not even going to say it.
Yeah, you should know it.
102 Dalmatians.
Boo,
Yeah, absolutely.
And the last but not least.
Last. Oh.
No, it's not the last one. This is the penultimate one.
Yeah, I didn't.
This one.
I didn't get this.
Okay, Nightmare Before Christmas.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know how
Haven't
a
seen
horse and a chess piece is a nightmare. It's another film I've not seen though. So
A knight is from chess.
Yeah, that piece is called a knight.
Okay, is a
And
mare
I didn't
a
know that a
female
horse was a
Is a
mare.
mare a female
I
horse?
didn't know that.
Well, I didn't know that a mare was a female
Can't blame
horse,
me.
so I'm supposed to know that. Do you know, I only just found out, like 2 years ago, I've got loads of weird things about animals, but I only just realised that not dragons, dinosaurs apparently existed. Still don't know if I totally believe it. Second of all, that a bull, you know the animal a bull, is a male cow.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Thank you!
Can I tell you an interesting
Who
animal
else knew
fact that you
Can
didn't
somebody
know?
else back me up?
A
'Cause I
wallaby
didn't know
mother,
that.
if a predator comes along, will throw her baby as a distraction.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
So, a
Last but
bull
not least.
is a male cow. And I don't know where to go.
Yeah,
with
I think
this.
we've got one more, right?
One more.
Yeah.
Move on.
Oh, okay, now it makes sense. Again, I've
of the
looked at the
Galaxy.
answer. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
see it now.
Music.
I do
music
see it.
on it.
Okay, so now we've got a game for you, okay? And this is a game where you guys are the judges. Okay, this is a game called The Best Advice. Okay?
Watch out, Alan Sugar.
Okay.
That's all I'm
yeah,
gonna
watch
say.
out, Alan Sugar.
Alan,
Me and Sophie
call
have
me.
challenged each other, okay, in the tempestuous seas of presentation, innovation, and invention.
That is
Okay.
very big
yeah,
words.
you're welcome.
Don't let
Okay,
it
so
fool
what we've
you.
done is we've created products, okay, and we've created commercials, so ads, advice. See what I did there? Yeah,
Ooh,
brilliant.
Alan, watch
it's great
out.
up here, right? And so what we've created are commercials, and you guys need to decide which products you need most in your life, okay? Stick who won down in the comments, and at the end of the evening, we will tell you who won.
Who won? Come
And
on,
I'm
you
just going to
know.
move on. I'm going to
Yeah,
pretend
move
that
on.
that didn't happen.
Let's roll
That's
the videos.
scumbaggery.
We're really excited.
All right, let's roll it.
That's so great. So great. Hi, my name's Sophie, and here at Sophie Solutions, we have a solution for you. Are you feeling tired, cold, alone, and afraid? Well, stop and look no further. We have a solution for you. Introducing our very first handy holder. I know what you're thinking, it's just a rubber glove filled with warm water and a Sharpie drawn on it. Well, it is. But it's here to be your companion, your mate, your friend when you're feeling down.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright.
How great was that? I just love seeing a handy holder out there in the world. Now, you can pick up yours today for a bargain price of $129.99. Take care. Bye-bye. Say bye.
Returning to the faces.
Hi there. I know why you're here. You're here because you know that here at Bird Brain Enterprises, we take your problems seriously. We take the issues of society seriously. So we've had scientists working around the clock to solve the biggest issue in your life.
Toast or cereal?
No, I know what you're thinking. Why aim so high? How could you possibly begin to address
the issue between toast or cereal at breakfast times? Why not aim lower? Why not address world poverty or artificial intelligence? Well, like I said, we employ the best people here. Okay, and only the best people can solve the biggest problems. And I'm pleased to say, the solution has arrived.
Amazing, amazing. I think they were pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, I don't know how you're going to choose.
Well, I think this might inform your decision because I think a great inventor loves their own inventions, don't they? So, JJ, I've got an opportunity here for you right now to try your own invention. Because obviously you're so behind it and you so absolutely didn't just get your friend to do it because it made you gag. So I think it will be great right now.
Yeah,
I've got, I don't know if you can see,
absolutely.
some nice bread, posh bread.
Oh, it's been marinating in the milk as well.
It's been there for a while. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, so you might want to do a bit from the bottom. I've touched it as well, so maybe go for the bit that I
Lucky me.
So I think, should
you know
we,
what?
let's give a
Thank you
cheer
for
for
this
JJ to try it.
You can do this.
So you actually get to.
You need to vote for this. You need to get behind Alan Sugar.
Holdy.
I know you're watching. Get behind this product. It's going places.
Well done.
Yeah.
To be fair, I could lose. Look how soggy.
It also comes with a mat to deal with the mess.
It's so soggy. I don't even know where
You're
we're
welcome.
going.
So just put in the chat who you think is willing to really get behind that. What do you need in your life?
I don't know what
If you're not saying this, I don't know what's wrong with you.
I'll just
Thank
put
you
the
so much for
leftover
that.
milk. That's okay, anytime. Before we show you some more top tips, what am I doing?
We're going to be going to some top tips.
Top tips. But before that, we're going to introduce Sam.
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 The man, the myth, the legend.
Come over here a sec. Why don't you come over here? This isn't prepared, but
Yeah,
let's just come
let's
over
do
here.
this.
Sam, tell us a bit about yourself. How old are you?
So, hello, I'm Sam. I'm 29. I'm 30 in May, actually. It's my
get the birthday card
30th
ready.
in May. If you want my address to send me my birthday cards and presents, please let me. I didn't know I was coming on, which is why I've still got my mask on. I was just sanitising. I was just sanitising my hands up to take my mask off to get ready, but you know, caught off guard. So, I'm a youth worker based over in Weymouth, but I live in Poole.
Cheeky.
I moved down in November from Stafford, so I was a youth worker at a church up in Stafford. They're lovely people. Yeah. And I know Jake and Sophie from college. In fact, you can thank me for Jake and Sophie becoming a couple.
Anyway,
getting married and having
Everyone, let's just do that.
You.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
We've learnt so
Sam,
much
do you want to count
about
us in to introduce the next top tips?
Are you ready?
You ready?
Top tips!
So lockdown and 2020 was pretty tough, but it did teach me a few lessons. Lesson number 1, the shops may be closed, online shopping might not be doing it for me anymore, but there is plenty of runway ready, stylish outfits lying around the house, ready to be used. Let me show you an example.
Glamorous, 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 like the glamorous. Ooh, flowers, flowers.
don't know about you, but something that I've really missed in lockdown is going to a nice coffee shop and getting a beautiful latte.
Just look at that. Delicious.
I mean, one scoop there. That's what they do, right?
No, I don't remember. Do they use hot or cold water? I think I'll use cold water. That should be alright, yeah? Just put some of that in there.
Now to steam the milk.
Drop it in there.
Ooh, try and get that up.
Oh, didn't quite. Okay, we're going to try it.
Thank you very much, Rilf and Lucy. I have to say, I've already put my pre-order in for the IKEA dress. I think I'll look suave and sophisticated. For those of you that missed it a couple of seconds ago, and for those that do know me, my name is Sam, and I'm a member of the Next Gen team here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is still Sam, and I'm a member of the Next Gen team here. And for those of you that don't care who I am and don't really want to listen to this now, hi, I'm Don Bird and I'm the senior pastor here at Sunnyhill Church. Imagine this, okay? I want you to close your eyes. Now, I'm quite new here, so you might not necessarily remember what I look like. So if you need to peek open every now and then, do so. But just shut your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You're standing at the end of a runway. You got crowds to the left of you and to the right of you, and you've got a pit of now, and you'll find out why I'm going to call it this, of despair at the end of the runway. And you look at this and you think, this is it. This is my time, this is my day, and this is my time to shine. And so you eye up this pit of despair, you look at it and you go, I'm going to conquer you. And you stand and you breathe. And then you open your eyes and realise you're a youth worker with your youth group at Flip Out or any other trampoline park. So this is a story all about how I got stuck in a pit. Or you could say my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became me. So there I was standing on the end of this runway, and I've definitely forgot to set my timer. Oh no, I did it. And I'm standing at the end of this runway, and I'm here with my old youth group, and I've got my colleague and my friends, Dave and Ruth, and they're there watching me. And I run, and I look, and I gallop down, a little bit Baywatch style. I realised I wasn't on the wide angle lens there. I probably should be all the time. But I'm running down the line and I jump and I stumble and I fall over. I jump on this trampoline and I fall over and everyone's watching me. I kid you not. There is a cafe up there filled with parents sitting and watching their kids. This is all pre-COVID, by the way. We are in that time when we have to say stories now are pre-COVID. It's crazy. Parents are up there. I've got queues of kids behind me. There is double lines. So there's one foam pit, the giant foam pit that you see those gymnasts like twirl around and fall in and they just glide out. I thought I would be that gymnast. I don't know about any of you lot, but when I do something for the very first time ever, I think that this is going to be it, and my life is going to change, and I'm going to be the best person at this thing. It's not happened yet, but when it does, I'll let you know. Just ask my mum and dad. Hello, mum. Hello, dad. Happy Mother's Day, mum. Just ask my mum and dad about the saxophone that I once tried to learn. Or didn't. So there I am, I run, I jump, I stumble, and I don't fall in. So I'm like, oh no, I've got to do it again. So I get back up, I go back to the start. I'm stood there, I am focused on this foam pit. I've got kids, about 10 or 11, jumping in, flipple, back spinning, backtracking, somersaulting, starring, all into it, and they roll out. So I get there, I stand there ready, and I gallop. Like that. I jump, I lose my footing, I then trip, and I then what could only be explained as a fancy belly flop into this foam pit of despair. as the next 20 minutes will tell you. In that time, not now. I'm running out of time. But 20 minutes, I was stuck in this foam pit. And it's a bit like quick mud, these foam pits. I'm in there and I'm moving and I'm trying to get out. And I just keep sinking. And I'm sinking and I'm sinking. And all of these blocks, they're just coming up to my waist, to my nipples. I've lost my sock in this foam pit. Like I've literally lost my socks in the foam pit. And this was before I hated germs. I had my bare feet in a foam pit where all the other kids had probably chunned it in, wet themselves in. It was grimy. But let's not forget, I had my colleagues, Dave and Ruth, my friends Dave and Ruth there. And I looked up at them for a little bit of support. Dave was still stood there, but Ruth, I couldn't see Ruth. And I squinted. I was like, Ruth, where are you? She was over the other side of the centre, wetting herself laughing at the fact that I couldn't get out of this foam pit. And I'm stood there and I'm sinking and the lovely lady is trying to help me. And she's like, well, can you do this? I'm like, no, I can't. Can you do this? No, I can't. I literally can't move. I can go down and that's about it. I can't do anything else. And she looked at me, she goes, this happens to me all the time. I get stuck in there. I was like, I bet you do not get stuck in there like this. And I do not know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm a cameraman's worst nightmare, I'm realising now, because of the amount that I'm moving around. I'm keeping Richard Garton on his toes. And I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, do this, do this. I'm like, I'm still trying to get out of this foam pit, but I'm stuck. And I'm sinking, and everything is coming up around me, and I'm stuck. And it's a bit like a swimming pool. Where's the winch that they can just chuck a hoop out at you, hook it over you, wheel you in so you can salmon yourself out? But they don't do that. Remember, parents, full cafe, up there, another row of kids, there. But you know what was happening? The queues were filling up. Because you know why? It's not every day a slightly larger man gets stuck in a foam pit. So they had to stop the queue. There was kids queuing up. Everyone was there and they were queuing and it wouldn't die down because you've got a whole trampoline park. But what do they want to do? They want to do the foam pit right at the start. You can tell this angers me, this story. Won't lean on that. 2 men who worked at Flip Out dived in next door to me. Right? Not one of them was David Hasselhoff. If it was David Hasselhoff in his Baywatch outfit, it would be quite a fun experience to talk about. But it's not. 2 men jump in there and they start hoiking these foam cubes. There's foam cubes flying everywhere. You know when you're a kid, or you know when you're young and you've lost something in your room, or you've lost a pair of socks and you want that pair of socks, and so you chuck every sock out of the way. You've lost a piece of folder, so you chuck all of the paper out of the way, and the rest is trash. These 2 guys, they were there. They were chucking these foam cubes, and all of a sudden, wide shot, this is perfect, thank you, Richard. All of a sudden, one goes to me, imagine this is me, about the right height, about the right shape. But there he is, I'm here, he's there, I'm there, somebody else is the other side, and this man looks at me and goes, right, we're going to do this. And he does this. And I look at him and I go, and he goes, no, mate. So I get back up. I said, I'm going to be honest. I thought if somebody was going to get down on their knees, they'd be proposing to me and I know their name and I would have met them a lot longer than 5 minutes ago. He didn't seem too kindly by my proposal story there. I put my foot on his knee and I'm like, are you sure? Are you really sure? He goes, you've been in here 25 minutes now. I'm definitely sure. So I'm like, okay, mate, I'm sure. All right. So I put it on his leg there. And you might need to go onto Culture Cam, onto Josh Cam for this one, please. Are you ready? And then imagine this is the edge of the foam pit. I'm going to put up my trousers for this bit. So here I am, and I'm like this. Trying to pull myself out. My friend Dave, he's there. He puts, I've only had a bit of sparkling water. That's all I've had for the last 3 weeks. I've given up flavoured liquid for Lent. I want a Pepsi Max. I don't have flavoured sparkling water. Thank you very much, Sophie Parker. Let me finish, young lady. Thank you very much. I have slightly infused sparkling water. Thank you. So there's Dave. Imagine this, and this is the point that I'm going to get to. Imagine this. Dave is like Jesus, and he reaches out an arm to me, and I grab it, and I pulled him in with me. I'm joking. I didn't. That would be a dream. And I'm climbing out of this foam pit. And you know what? Life is like that. Life is like a foam pit of despair. Imagine life like that. Imagine there is something that is pulling you under, and you just want freedom. 25 minutes I was stuck in this foam pit. Parents watching me. About 5,000 kids watching me. Probably wasn't. It was probably about 15, but for the purposes of the story, it was amazing. 5,000 people watching me. But life for us can be like that. Life can be filled with that. I've got 3 minutes left, and I said I was only going to be 15 minutes. We're going to be losing some time. So imagine life being like that. Now I'm going to go to a verse in the Bible. I'm not going to go to a verse. I'm going to go to a chapter. Thanks for your feedback, Bible Gateway. I haven't given you any feedback. Psalm 118, and we're going to look at 3 verses. 5, 6, and 7, but we're mainly going to look at 5. Today we're looking at freedom. And this is what it says. It says, out of my distress, I called on the Lord answered and set me free. I'm going to be completely honest with you. In those 25 minutes of me being stuck down in that foam pit, I called out to the Lord a lot of times. He didn't come straight away. 2 men came. Side note for that story, one of my young people that I worked with in Stafford worked at that trampolining place. 3 months after it, I was still used as a story for their training exercises. Out of my distress, I called on the Lord, and the Lord answered me and set me free. I'm going to do something now that theologians tell you to never do. If any of my lecturers from Moorlands are watching this right now, they're going to be like, no wonder you didn't get a higher mark. I did all right. I never got any GCSEs, so I come out with a 2-2. I did all right. And I'm doing a master's now. Biggest regret, but I'm loving it. Out of my distress, I called on the Lord, and he answered. I want you to remove the word distress and just put it blank. So out of my blank, I called on the Lord, and he answered. What's pulling you down at the moment? Lockdown has been horrible for people. My last 20 years, it's felt like 20 years. My last year has been crazy. You know, a year ago tonight, I was with 20 friends and all-you-can-eat Chinese, and coronavirus wasn't really a thing, to the point where they were telling you, if you get a cough or you get a bit hot, just stay in your bed. Everyone else can carry on. Now, it's don't leave your house, and if you leave your house, you will be fined. That's what's happened over the year. And you know what? It fills up in our heads. I'm looking very sweaty at the moment. It's because of the lights. I haven't got COVID. We're good. I think. I have. I'm fine. I'm good. Anyway, it can fill us up, and we were here, and so much has happened. Last year, I had 12 weeks of counselling for anxiety. I think at some points I was depressed. It wasn't diagnosed, but being somebody that learns a lot about mental health, that's worked a lot with people that have been diagnosed depressed, you can tell these things. You can tell like you're falling into a pit. And it was horrible in those moments. My friends will tell you I am Mr. Happy-go-lucky. And in September, I came down here to see some friends for the 30th, and I was scared. It was the first time in 6 months I'd been into a restaurant inside. Because anxiety got to me. Now, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you, but I believe in a God that heals. And I believe in a God that heals instantly. I also believe in a God that heals on a journey. So, that's my 15-minute timer. So, I believe in a God that heals on a journey. And we've all been to these events like Soul Survivor, where they've come forward for prayer healing, and somebody's got saved, and somebody that couldn't walk's now walking, and somebody that had a leg longer than the other's got two legs the same sizes, or somebody that didn't have had a finger appear. And I believe that God can heal, thank you. I can believe that God can heal in an instant. And I can believe that he heals on a journey. Anxiety for me has been a journey. And this is a direct, I'm covering other bits, but this is a direct message to you right now that if you are struggling with stress, if you are struggling with your mental health, if you are struggling with your anxiety and you want an instant fix and it's not happening, don't worry. God is with you. God is pulling you out of that pit, because he pulled me out of that pit, and I had two people chucking those foam bricks out with me. Get people around you. If you haven't got people around you, message the Next Gen Instagram page. And this is a direct message to you. If you are struggling with anxiety or anything like that, I am not a professional. I am not CAMS. I'm not any of that. But I can give you some advice. I can get you a book. I can get you some resources. I will literally get you this stuff to help you. Not fix it for you, but to help you on that journey. And we're going to be covering this a bit more in the sofa spill later on. But let's take distress out of that sentence for a moment. In my blank, I called out to the Lord, and the Lord saved me. He is my steadfast. He is my rock. He is my Lord. He is my God, and he is with me. Take distress out and put another word in. In my social media addiction. In my pornography addiction. In the fact that I'm getting bullied at school. In the fact that I'm struggling with work. In those moments, I called out to the Lord, and the Lord was with me, and he saved me. This is a new series, Own It. We're going to be looking at Own It, and today is freedom. And I wanted to do this one because this is my passion. This is my love. I do mental health stuff as a job. I do other bits as a job. And I work with young people that are really struggling. And what we're going to do now is, and this is going to be really weird, and you know what? I know people watch this with other people on Zoom, and if you want to turn your camera off for this moment, do so. On Facebook, on Instagram, I've got you live and I'm seeing it. I've just seen a ha-ha from Dom. I don't know at what point that came in. Take away your distress and put something in that blank. When people are struggling with something, they have to take a step to make a change. They have to physically do something. And this is going to be weird. And you know what? I sat there this morning when Lou said, stand up. I was like, no, I'm in my house. I'm not going to stand up. Other people look at me weird. Take that thought straight out of your mind. Look at that blank, remove the distress, look at that blank and put something in there. And you stand up. And what I want you to do is be really brave. Really brave. I've got the YouTube and I've got the Facebook open. There is a little bit of a delay, but it's fine. And I want you know the hands up emoji that looks like you're praising? If you've stood up, say, in my blank, I called out to the Lord and he saved me. Say that out loud now and put a word in that blank. This isn't coming from me as a Christian, as a youth worker that knows it, because believe you me, I do not know it. Believe you me, every day, every moment in my head, I am screaming, God help me. I am screaming, get me out of this pit, because I struggle with life. I struggle with the fact that in the house share that I'm in, when 3 people come into that kitchen to help me empty the dishwasher, I hate it. But I love the people. When I'm at work and I don't know what to do, I am screaming it in my head. In this, God, get me out. In my anxiety, get me out. In the fact that I've got to sit opposite a teacher who I think doesn't like me, get me out of that, Lord. Keep your eyes focused on Jesus, because when eyes focus on Jesus, everything disperses. When our eyes are fixed on the prize, everything disperses. So take a moment now to stand up. Put the hand emoji in the box, just so we know and so we can carry on. I've gone on for so long, the screensavers come on. And that means I'm going to wrap it up there. But in my blank, I called out to the Lord and God pulled me out, because he will pull you out of anything. He will pull you out. He will yank you out. And you know what? You're probably not going to do it on your own. You're going to have 2 men, not necessarily men, but you're going to have 2 people next door to you chucking out the foam cubes with you. You're going to get best friends, and if you don't, I implore you, talk to somebody and get help. Don't do anything on your own. And I don't want you to sit there now feeling guilty that you're putting something out, because it's in the past. And a lecturer once said to me, if we keep looking in the past, we'll stumble over the future. So do not feel guilty about all of that stuff, because you know what? That's done, and you're going forward and you're taking that step out. So JJ's just going to carry on playing for a little while now. Not for a little while, about 20 seconds. And we're going to go into a song. But in that song, step. Yeah. Take that step. If you need help with anything, if you're struggling, Next Gen Instagram, message us and we will get the right help that we can get. We can do the best that we can. Like I said, we're not professionals. But you know what? We love you. And something that you will probably get sick of me saying, because I will say this in every talk I ever do for you. And if I ever forget it, you shout it at me. God knows you, God loves you, and God's for you. And God is with you. In that pit of despair, in that pit of distress, God is with you. Moment, and then in a moment we're going to go into a worship song. Stop, rest, think, step, hands emoji, whatever you need to do. JJ.
For
was so helpful. Thank you so much, Sam. And if you have any questions, whether it be about mental health that Sam touched on, or whether it's about men in ball pits, just send them in. We want to hear them. Okay. And in a moment we have our Q&A.
Where do we go from that?
All right, but just send in your questions, whether it's on the chat or
questions.
directly to the Next Gen Instagram. Okay, send them in.
Do you know what I'm in the mood for,
What are you in the mood
You're never
for,
going to
Sophie?
guess this. I'm
Let's
in the
hear
mood
it.
for a top trick. Are we ready?
Da, 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 da. Top tips.
Okay, we need to get up, we need to go. My tip for you in lockdown is get up, do that daily exercise. Come on.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like
when it's locked down and it's raining and you want to go and feed the ducks, it's a little bit compromising. But there's another way!
Anthony, are you ready to go and feed the ducks?
Yeah, let's go!
So good. So good. Okay, so hopefully you've sent in some questions. Keep them coming. But we have got a few come in. So we will start. We will start with, where is the funniest place you've been stuck?
I feel like we've all
We've all had. I've got other places. I was stuck in the mud once.
Oh, sinking mud?
Actual sinking mud. It was a year 8 geography class.
Embarrassing.
And the teacher told us not to go in that area. I didn't go in that area. I needed a wee. Went for a wee. Come back. Got stuck in the mud. 3 teachers had to pull me out.
That's why don't be rebellious, Sam. Just don't
I
be
needed a
rebellious
wee.
and you'll be safe.
What about you, Lucy?
Well, I'm a little bit traumatised still. I'm still working through processing my emotions, but I did once get stuck in my caravan toilet. I mean, the caravan was on the drive. Like, I was just having fun. I was like, you know where I'll have some fun? In the caravan. So I'm out there on my own, and I went into the toilet, and it's like a pushy button door, and the pushy button wasn't really working, and I got stuck in a toilet, and I don't know how long I was there.
That isn't even a large toilet, is it? Like, if there's any toilet to be stuck in, it's not going to be a caravan toilet you want to be in.
I think the thing we really need to focus on in this moment is that you're in a caravan on your drive and you decided not to go into the house to the toilet. You went into the caravan. Where does it go? Have you got a tank? Did you go out on the bar?
Oh dear.
I'm not dealing with that.
Oh wow, that is
mind blown.
Too many questions.
I'm sorry for you, Lucy, that you had to even experience that. That does sound traumatic.
Thank you. I'm working through. Okay, we've had another question in. What does it mean to have freedom? Sam covered this so well.
What does that mean? Sorry.
No. Any other thoughts on what it is to
sorry. I feel like Sam, you did such a great job. But what I was going to say was, so freedom, pretty big word, isn't it? So in the outside world, as in the world of not Jesus, I feel like people don't have boundaries anymore, and they want to believe what they want to believe, and it's all about, well, my right, my this, my that, and so they think that's freedom, but actually, Jesus, that is freedom.
Yeah.
When you are a follower of Christ, you are free. There's a lot of things going on in your life, but still, there's that freedom that you just get a sense of freedom. So, that's
so good. So good. Yeah,
that's cool.
Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. Okay, if you were James Corden, Who would you have in
Big
carpool
fan. Big fan.
karaoke?
Yeah. Can I go?
Go for
Go.
it. Take
So
it.
I'm having 2 people. Sorry, just
Okay.
because.
She's claiming them already.
I'm having 2.
Straight out the gate,
I
having
want
2.
Stormzy to do the rap.
Oh yes.
Because he's got a rap, and I
Absolutely.
feel like Michelle Obama will just do the melody. I think the 3 of us would just be amazing.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
That is a strong choice.
Right? Yeah.
Who's your person, Sam? Or people, you know, apparently we can
Well,
fill the car.
I was gonna go for a band, and no, actually I'm not. I'm gonna go for a soloist.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah.
Because he is funny. All right. Or Gary Barlow, actually.
Oh, abstract. Are you going to do one of those where, like, halfway through the journey, you sub someone out for another person?
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start off with Lewis, drive along, go, see you later, mate. Put in Gary Barlow, then get rid of Gary Barlow, and bring in S Club 7.
Can I be controversial? And assuming, obviously, I am James... I want to bring James Corden.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I kind of want to flip that on its head and be like, yeah, how you doing, James? Can we sing a song?
You're trying to fly with him, all right, James?
I'll be the driver. That was what that was supposed to be. Me being the driver and then being like, James, you know that song you didn't write? Let's sing it. Yeah? No?
Yeah,
I'm just going to see how that goes down. I think that'd be funny.
Definitely.
There you go.
I reckon I would have. Now we've thrown into the mix, we can have more than one. I'm going all the rappers. We're thinking Snoop Dogg, Stormzy, Eminem, them all.
Lucy's hosting a rap off in her car. Yeah. Secret rap fan over
Absolutely.
there. Who knew?
Absolutely. Okay.
I wouldn't have put you down as a rap person, to be honest.
It's a bit insulting, but it's fine. Okay. Absolutely. Big. Yeah.
Hey! A bit of take that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, Sam.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like take that is one of the balls in my ball pit that I'm trying to escape from. But then Sam, like... Right, Lucy, ask the next question before this diverges anymore.
Next question is, how do I find the right friends to help me out of the pit?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a great question.
Gary Barlow
yeah,
would
I
be a
mean,
good friend to help you out.
Yeah, Sam talked quite a bit about like the people in his story that got him out, and I do feel like in Sam's story there was obviously like a dead end in doing it on your own, right? That doesn't get you to where you need to be, and I think that's so true in life. We need the right people around us, don't we?
Yeah.
And hopefully for you, the most important people, like Sam said, aren't the people you met 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
These are people that you journey with, and the question is like, how do I find those people? I think this is a question that came up a couple of weeks ago in our last late show. How do we find those right people? And I think ultimately the people we're looking for are the people that are there for us, that support us, and that help us. And if you currently can't see that in the people that you've got closest to you, then maybe we need to think around that a little bit and go, actually, maybe we need to make some changes. Maybe we need to take some people and put them a little bit further out in our life. Do you know, if your life was like a bunch of circles, you're in the middle, like who's in the next circle around you and who's in the circle after that? Because those people have influence over you, right? And we need to look at who's in the closest circles to us. And if we don't think that those people maybe love us, support us, encourage us, and help remove some of those blocks in our life that are kind of holding us down, then maybe we need to sub some people out and put those a little bit further on the outside, give them a little bit less kind of like influence over our lives, and get the right people in. So what I would say is start with the people that love you already, like your family, right? And then look at those people who are most like your family. And I would say for me, those people tend to be in church, right? There's people who I find like encouraging because they share the same values as me. That's what I hold in common with my family. We all think the same thing. We all like know the same songs. We all like have the same like birthday day rituals. Hello. It's my birthday. I'm trying to fit that into as many conversations as I can today. But those are the people that we have a lot of things in common with. And the same, if you're like really valuing like church and God, then we need to put those people with the same values in the closest parts of our life and let them help us get those blocks out.
And then you have those friends for life.
Yeah.
They're the right friends. So me and Beth are part of the same friendship group from college.
That is why we're sat this so close on a sofa. Normally we would have some distance, but apparently now all...
And so we've got the same group of friends, and Sophie as well, actually, and we've had them for 9 years, and they've stuck. And sometimes we annoy each other, but we love each other all of the time. And when you've got the right friends, like Beth was saying, it's not a chore for them to help you out because they love you.
Yeah.
And when someone loves you, it's easy to help. And someone doesn't love you, and you'll know that if it's a chore for them to help you, you'll know that.
Do you know what I love about this question? I mean, I love that it sort of focuses on us a little bit, but actually, if you flip it around a little bit, like, who are you helping out of their little ball pit? Do you know, when you take your eyes a little bit off of the thing that's like totally surrounding you, just by looking for someone else and looking out there and going, who else is struggling? Like, maybe we can get each other out of this. Maybe we can kind of like reach out and help each other. So do you know, if you haven't got anyone around you, you're really struggling with this question, find people. Go, do you know what? I'm going to be that friend for someone else, and I'm going to make this happen. Even though it's not naturally happening around me, we don't see each other in school, I'm just going to break through all of those awkwardnesses and be someone's friend.
Yeah, and do you know what? On a Wednesday night, we have like youth groups.
Yeah.
We have an older youth and we have a younger group, and that is an amazing place to
to
get
find
really,
friends.
really good influence friends on there. So come and join. Message us on Next Gen Instagram. We'll get you involved. Yeah. Okay. That was a smooth transition, wasn't it? Okay. How can we tell we're in a sinking spot?
I'll take this one. I think sometimes it can't be obvious, and other times it can be really obvious that we're in a sinking spot. And so for me, the reason why I've focused on mental health a lot is because that's dear to my heart, and I've experienced that a lot recently. And I have certain phrases that I use that I know that I'm actually getting back into a bad spot, and I'm plodding on. And so if somebody says to me, how are you getting on? And I'm like, oh, I'm plodding on. That's me going, I'm back in my pit. I'm trying to get out, but I haven't got the two men next door to me chucking the phone blocks out. And I think that's different for other people. So let's look at like social media, for example, and if you're using that a lot, like I recently deleted Facebook from my phone, and I re-download it for Sunday mornings so I can get involved in the Sunnyhill chat. And then I re-download it if I need to put a Sam's Quizzes post up. But I don't have it on my phone anymore because I was finding that I was sat at work, and if I was out on a break at work or anything like that, I was just scrolling, and I'd lie in bed and I would be scrolling, and it affects you when you're like, oh, I better check Facebook. It's like emails. I woke up, whenever I woke up in the morning, first thing I would do is grab my phone and check Facebook, even though everyone else has just been asleep for, you right there, Lucy?
Sorry, I'm writing questions. Oh. Finding questions. I'm definitely not playing a game.
Even though everyone else has been asleep for 12 hours, then Facebook's not going to be updated. And it's just little bits like that, and you realise that when something's taken on, and when you keep referring to something that you probably shouldn't, or you keep referring to something too much, like Netflix. We can watch too much Netflix, believe it or not. And we joke about binge watching Netflix, but actually, if you're binge watching Netflix most nights, and if you're in a pit and something's overtaken you, if it's an addiction, for example, of like social media or Netflix or anything else, it's when that takes a priority in your everyday thing. So I was finding that I would be on my phone, and I'm not the perfect person, and I sometimes am still like this, but when I'm on my phone in a conversation with someone, or I'm in a group with friends, and I once at uni, I did Come Dine With Me, there were 6 of us that did it at uni, and I lost out on points because I was texting somebody, and I was on my phone a lot in my meal, and I lost out on points. Rachel removed points from me because I was on my phone, and it was little moments like that. When you're in those pits, you'll know it. And then that's when you go to your friends. It's a bit like those posters where there's like table football and there's like 3 people and one person missing, like, where's your mate? Like, and you're also, a flip side of it, and I'll stop because I've spoken a lot tonight. On the flip side of it, you'll also notice if somebody else is in a pit with something, because you'll notice these things, and that's when a true friend is a true friend, because that friend will go up to them and say, hey, you're in a pit, let's get you out. And that's where you come back to the earlier question, where you need the friends to surround you And the friends that love you will say, let's get you out.
Yeah.
The friends that don't love you will join in with you
That's right.
and not get you out.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think it's like a bit of a myth, isn't it? That like we're all alone in our problem.
Yeah.
Do you know, like we just think naturally that we're the only one like struggling with stuff, right? We think I must be the only one who's finding this hard because everyone else looks fine, everyone else seems fine, their Facebook is great, everyone else's lives look peachy, and I'm just struggling with my real life. And I think, you know, in those moments, that makes us kind of go a bit quiet, right? You're like, okay, well, I'm not going to share my problems because everyone else is having such a good time. I don't want to like put a downer on it. I don't want to be that person. So we start to actually talk a little less. Don't we? And share a little less. And then when people ask us how you're doing, we say things like I'm fine, and we're not really fine, and or I'm plodding, and we can't quite say I'm actually not okay. Because we think we're the only ones suffering, right? We think so. What I would just say, like, is if you are beginning to realise I'm not sharing how I really am, and I am binge watching Netflix and trying to escape from my life in some way or other, and I'm not okay, and people aren't like. I'm not engaging in the things that I normally do. I'm not coming to youth group anymore. Or I'm not coming to church on a Sunday morning online. Then I would say, like, maybe those should be some markers for you to go, actually, do you want to check that you are in a good place? Like, ask a friend, do you think am I doing okay? Like, this is how I feel. These are the thoughts in my head. I don't like this. And then maybe bounce off of someone else and go, do you know what? Yeah, it doesn't sound like you are in a good place. Maybe there's someone in your life who can say, yeah, I think let's like pray about this. Let's get some help and let's practice what Sam said this evening.
Yeah, exactly. So important.
I had friends last year that knew my moments.
Yeah.
And so if I was to text at a certain time and say a certain thing, then they know what was going through my head. They know that I was struggling. Or if I text and saying to somebody at like midnight going, hi, to this one specific person, they knew what I was thinking. And so we built those mechanisms got put into place to help.
And that's done through communication, isn't it? Like those people trying to help us out won't always know that we're in that place if we don't start to speak a little bit. Like if you've got great friends who do, that's amazing. But just occasionally you could find yourself in that place, no one really knows that's where you are. So I would love for you to not be silent. I would love for you to speak out and say, I'm not in this good place right now, so that someone can actually get in there and help you.
Definitely. Definitely. Reach out. Okay, so the next one is, what is the difference between a Christian and a non-Christian going through mental health battles?
Wow.
It's a deep one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a hard question.
I think the important thing is like whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian, like the effects of mental health is still exactly the same. It's just the way you respond to it when you're a Christian means that your healing is a different way of fighting the battle. So I think when you're a Christian, you've got God on your side, you know that he's walking with you, that he's got like a bigger plan than this kind of pit that you're in at the moment. And it is that case of focusing on Jesus and focusing on that light, and that God will bring you through this. He's experiencing it with you, and just walking with him through it and trusting that maybe like we don't even know why we're going through the mental health issue, but maybe in a couple of years we'll help other people out of a similar situation and bring glory to God through the whole thing.
That's good.
Okay, so next question is, why doesn't God heal instantly?
I think I'll hit on that one again. So I said in the talk, I said, and this is a firm belief for me, I believe that God can heal in an instant, and I can also believe, and I'm careful with the connecting word there, because I think the word but can be a negative word. Like, I think you're great, Beth, but it really annoys me when you do this. Like, that's what it usually moves into. So I don't want to say I believe in a God that heals instantly, but I believe in a God that heals instantly, and I believe in a God that heals on a journey. And I think God loves us, God for us, and God's with us, and we need God. And in those times of healing, God knows what's best for us. And you know what? We're human, and we can hate that, and we can go and we can shout at God. I remember numerous times when I was at uni where I would go down to the beach at night, and when I was really angry at God, I don't drink hot drinks.
Oh.
I don't drink.
Oh.
I don't drink. So tea.
That's
The
like-
only, I
that's a
lie.
whole
I do
other
drink a hot drink. It's a
question.
chai latte. But other than that, or a hot spiced apple. I don't really drink hot drinks.
Lightly
And
infused.
so slightly infused. So I would make a hot drink. When I was at college, I've never told anyone this story. I would make a hot drink in a mug, and if I was really angry about something that was going on, and I didn't believe God, I would make the hot drink. I would walk to the back of the field, and in the back of the field, there's a load of bushes. Okay. And I'd secretly drink my no, it's worse than that. I am probably the reason why the Cherries, their social room at the time, ran out of mugs, because I would go and I would chuck the mug of hot drink into the bush and then just walk away and go, you know what, God, you can deal with this, and walk away.
So
and
all of your problems were personified in cups of tea.
So if you go back to these bushes in Rawdon, there is probably 60 mugs from IKEA or other mugs that we got from churches that would come along and leave all their free mugs as a gift in the bushes. So JJ and Wilf, when you go back to Moorlands, go and look in those back bushes, you'll find 100 mugs.
Start looking for mugs.
But going back to the healing bit, and I believe that God heals on a journey, and God does heal instantly, and He heals on a journey, and because God knows what's best for us, because God loves us, God's for us, and God's with us, those journeys are part of the healing process. So when it comes to mental health and anxiety, learning mindfulness and learning ways for mindfulness and worship and prayer, that is part of those moments of getting out of the pain and going on this journey. There's been loads of times where I've been in moments with God, I was like, why did you do that? And in the times I hate it, but I look back now and I'm really thankful for those times. And that's the same with healing. And sometimes with healing, it doesn't go quite the way that we want. And I think this year we can really reflect on that sometimes God healing doesn't go in the way that we think it should go. And this is hard, but God knows what's best for us. Whatever that may look like. And even now, as a 29-year-old man who's a trained theology student, I can't fathom that sometimes. I don't get it. But I've got the trust in God that I've got the trust. Was that your phone or my phone? I had to put my phone on silent. It's yours. I trust in a God that loves us and God's for us, God's with us, and that's where the healing happens, and then the healing starts for other people in that process.
So no regrets on the journey, Sam?
No, there's no regrets, and I think sometimes there was, and when you come out, there's sometimes those regrets and those journeys, but when you look back on it more, like my very first ever job, I hit rock bottom, and I remember jumping on a plane and flying up to Aberdeen and seeing Sophie and Jake in one of their first jobs that they had. And I was telling them about how bad that year was that I'd had. And I remember when I applied for the job that I just had, that I was in for 4 years, I remember the joy when I'd got that job, because it was 10 jobs, it was 10 applications of no's. And it was the 10th one, and I got a yes. To the point where I went to Carb and bought a bottle of Prosecco, walked into my housemate's house, popped it off, and I was like, I don't really like Prosecco, so and then just left it inside. I was that excited.
They're in a bush.
I went out the back, I put it in their mug, and I threw it in the bush.
Amazing. Joanna, have we had any on the social media front? Any questions come in?
Just loads of ha-has. I'm joking. So everyone's just saying this is great. Can't wait for everyone to be worshipping in the same room together.
Yes. Oh, buzzing.
Just everyone loved your talk, Sam. I thought it was amazing. So far.
So good.
So good.
Nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little sofa spill and got some, this is a smooth transition, some top tips.
Hello.
So now, I know.
Can we we just sing happy birthday to Beth?
Yes! Yes!
I don't know if I've taken
I'm
it out
gonna
the plan
move
that
this
JJ
out
and
the way.
Sophie had, but let's just do it, and they can run on camera and do it too.
Happy birthday, because it's her birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you should explain.
No, we have
We
said
did
that.
it-
It's
we
Beth's
did it
birthday
slightly
today.
at the
Yeah.
start,
So I think we should sing happy birthday
yeah,
to Beth.
I'm big enough.
Happy birthday to you.
Woo! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Betty. Happy birthday to you.
Wow.
Woo!
I don't know about anyone else, but you always feel awkward. Like, what do you do when you're the one not singing?
And now Lucy's going to sing verse 2.
Yeah.
What? No,
No,
joking.
thank
Please
you guys.
no.
Can I just say this? I might be 1 year older, but I'm still the coolest person. What?
Absolutely.
Lucy, where are we going next?
We are going on to some more. Top tricks!
No trim over lockdown is tricky, and wearing a hat can be tiresome, okay? But fear not. I have figured out the perfect haircut that will get you through the rest of lockdown. Unlike a hat, this trim will stop you getting hair in your eyes. You're welcome.
Brilliant.
I mean, wow,
You're so
that
welcome.
was incredible.
What can I
can't
say?
wait to do my hair in that way. Thank you so much, JJ.
Yeah, it's just
Now,
a bit
I
of
have been
wisdom.
looking at the comments. I've been chatting with Joe a little bit, and unbelievably, and I think it's because of the blind side that I played on you, I think the winner of the ads was you, JJ.
Sorry, I coughed. I didn't hear what you said. Did you say
But,
something, Sophie?
Well, I think this will just express my
Thank you so-
gratitude. The trophy of all trophies.
Thank you so much.
I'm so scared, it's so minging.
Yeah.
Well done, JJ. Give it up
Brilliant.
for JJ.
Yeah. I want you to
done.
look at that with shame.
Incredible. I can't
this
wait to
beat
try
you.
that one day. One day, but I can't
Yeah.
do it now because of COVID. I can't COVID. Sorry, guys.
Brilliant.
Oh, shame.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Okay, it's been so much fun, and we hope that you've had a good time. It's our prayer that you've closed this tab, more confident in God than you are when you opened it up. If that
And
makes
hey,
sense.
if you have more questions, we have run
Yes.
small groups, don't we, on a
We have
Wednesday
small
night.
groups.
If you're not currently in a small group, make sure you get in a small group. How do they do that? They email jake@sunnyhill.church.
They do.
And if you forget that, email office@sunnyhill.church. And if you forget that, just message us on Instagram. So I think that's 3.
Yeah.
Like
Or
fire
visit the
free
Sunnyhill
play.
website. It's brilliant.
Instagram.
Yes.
Just do anything
Instagram.
to get in touch.
And I can announce the next Late Late Show is happening on the 11th of April, which is exciting. But don't wait a month to get stuck in. Like Sophie said, get into a small group. It's the right environment to be asking questions like we addressed tonight. Okay, and many, many more. We've got lots more time for that in that setting. Okay, but
Get
I'm
involved.
going to finish this.
Okay, I think
Okay,
that's
and
it.
then I'm going to go home.
Where do we
So
go
we
from
really hope you had a great night. Okay, from all of us at Next Gen.
Take care.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.